Hello everybody, Steve Cunningham here, and I'm going to show you how I batch prep chicken breast. I do similar techniques for pork loin and beef and other things. I start off cutting tenderloin sized slices of the breast right when I get it from the store, and then I freeze it in a cube like this. After freezing, I let it thaw for about 2 to 2.5 hours. Then I just make small slices all the way through it. Each one of those slices has approximately 6 small thin pieces of ready to go chicken. I first started doing this technique of freezing in one big chunk while cooking pork butt. I cut out the bones, put them in a bread pan. By the way, if you don't have one of those plastic containers like that, the bread pans work perfect. And then I was actually able to thin slice it with my deli slicer. I realized later if I just let it thaw out just a little bit more, about 2.5 hours, it was as easy as that. Whether you're batch prepping for the griddle top or you're going to be cooking over the stove on a wok or a pan, it's important to have evenly cut pieces. That way, no surprises with that one large piece that gets a little bit undercooked. After I've finished slicing this, it's still going to be partially frozen, which will make it easy for breaking up in a few moments. Depending on your plans for the chicken, you can just bag it up and put it back in the freezer if you want to. Or you can do what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to tenderize it, then I'm going to marinate it. I'm going to cook it all at one time, then I'm going to put it back in the freezer. A couple weekends ago, I did the same thing and made 3 different types of chicken. I marinated one with buffalo sauce, I did another one with a jerk marinade, and my last one was an Asian-inspired dish similar to the sauce you would get with like a chicken and cashew or a kung pao chicken. Today, I'm going to be doing something more of a Mexican style. I'm going to be using my homemade taco seasoning with some lime juice. It's going to be delicious. Now look how easily that all breaks up. I mean, it just can't get any easier than that. Now, if you want to get some amazing, tender, juicy, boneless chicken breast, follow this step. Sprinkled in a couple tablespoons of baking soda for about 5 pounds of chicken. Thoroughly mixed it together, let it sit for 10 minutes, and then I rinsed it in a big bowl of water to get that excess baking soda off. Some people will use just a little bit of baking soda, add to the marinade, and leave it in. I used a lot of baking soda. You definitely want to rinse that off before you start working on your marinade. Now at this point, you can do whatever flavor profile you want. I'm going with lime juice and my homemade taco seasoning. And one other benefit for using the baking soda is it's going to make that chicken like a sponge to soak up whatever you add to it afterwards. I did an experiment once where I treated some chicken with baking soda, some without, added the same amount of marinade, let it sit for a few hours, and the end result, the chicken with the baking soda soaked up at least 3 times as much marinade. This is an awesome technique for tenderizing meat, but it also works really well with things like pork loin and chicken breast, where if you cook them just a little too much, they can get dry really easily. This will prevent that. You will definitely have juicy, tender, boneless chicken breast or pork loin if you're using that. All right, now once you're done mixing in your marinade, you're going to want to put it in the refrigerator for at least 45 minutes. With small pieces of chicken like this, that's more than enough. You could definitely go a little bit longer if you're not ready to cook right away. Now, if you're going to use larger pieces of chicken, you may want to go overnight. 45 minutes should be long enough, even for pieces 3 to 4 times the size of what I did here. Alrighty, flash forward 24 hours later. I didn't have time to make this last night, so I decided to let it marinate a bit longer. After I got off work tonight, I threw this on the griddle, and it turned out amazing. If you enjoyed this content and you want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you all for swinging by, and you have a fantastic day.